Welcome back to Get Some Head, baby. I'm here with my friend Ellie Stockholm. Ellie, how the
Hi.
heck are you?
I am doing so good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for going for a walk with me. And you're the first person I've taken a walk with on this podcast who's wearing slippers.
Hell yeah.
So I do appreciate you
I
coming
gotta
prepared.
I gotta stay stylish.
But you look sharp.
Thank you.
And thanks for meeting me at the Rose Bowl. This is one of my favorite places. I know you were like, where the fuck are we going?
I've never been here before. I'm very sports illiterate. So a monument such as this is beyond me, unfortunately.
Yeah, in the college sports dork world, this is like a big deal. But
I I feel honored to be here.
yeah,
Thank you.
I'm happy to show you around. This is one of my favorite places to come whenever I come to Pasadena. And they also, all right, so aside from the cool college football nerd shit, they also have a very cool flea market that they have around the concourse.
Like currently it's open?
I think it's like the second Sunday, we'll cross here.
Okay.
I think it's like the second Sunday of every month they have it.
Oh,
And they got a lot of weird shit.
that's
So,
what I love. That's why I got excited.
yeah, so hopefully we'll find some other weird shit. There's a cool aquatic center here too that Jamie and I have done a lot of people watching, and we've seen a real freak show.
What is an aquatic center?
They basically just where people swim.
Oh, okay.
So just be mindful of dog shit out here too.
Not on my fuzzy slippers.
All right, here's the deal. If you step in dog shit, I'll treat you to a new pair of
You
slippers.
don't want to buy these slippers, Mike. They're highly overpriced.
Okay. Well, I'll get you a pair of we'll go to like a Chinese area and get you some Asian flip flops.
Hell yeah.
But Elliot, you're one of the most interesting people I know
Why is that?
for a number of different reasons. So Jamie has told me more about you than I knew coming into this.
Oh, yeah.
So where would the most obvious reason be that people know you from?
That would be the porns.
All right. And do you want to like talk about like what how you got into it?
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, while I didn't start in this industry until about 4 years ago, I definitely dabbled in sex work for quite a few years around 18, 19, 20.
Okay.
So I learned relatively young that having some bazookas on you can really get you a long way in life. I had a really nice gentleman when I was 21 who, this was pre like OnlyFans and anything like that. He would pay me $300 a week for just nudes, nothing else.
Sick.
And at that time, especially as a single mom, that was life-changing money.
Oh, I get it.
Life-changing money. And so it really was something I always kind of enjoyed, but I did still continue to work my normal corporate jobs. I worked in corporate accounting for almost a decade. And it fucking sucked. It's really boring, really monotonous work.
Did you get into it just because you knew you were good with numbers, or it was just something where it's just like I know I can fucking handle this, and it's
You know what? Ironically, math was always my worst subject in school, so that certainly wasn't it. I was an A student in all classes except for math. I consistently had a C. But accounting is either it balances or it doesn't. So it's pretty simple. It more so just kind of happened that way. I
okay.
got into the automotive industry when I was 18, and I went from a lot porter to accounting. They were like, she's quite distracting on the lot. Let's bring her inside. Bring her inside, give her something else to do. And that was really all that did it. I tried other stuff. I did sell cars for like 6 months.
How are you at that?
Really good at it. Again, I was 18. Uh, so men coming into shop for cars and the young, big ol' yittied 18-year-old selling it to them, I was really good at
I
it.
believe it.
But I hated it. The hours were crazy. So then I transitioned back to the service side of things and just kind of popped right back into accounting. And I got bored. My husband told me for years, you should make an OnlyFans, you should make an OnlyFans. And I didn't want to do it. And one day I said, fuck it. And that was the end of that. I thought it would bring in, a little extra side cash here and there. And it took off so much more than I ever could have anticipated.
What was the biggest roadblock for you before you finally took the leap?
My grandma.
Okay.
Yeah. She's very religious. I grew up in a very religious. I have a Bible verse tattoo under the lefty.
Nice.
And a pentagram on my stomach.
Awesome.
So, I've dabbled in both sides.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know you got a cool ass grandpa.
Yeah. Your new bestie.
You recently told me about his new lifestyle, which includes recumbent tricycling.
Yes. That is his. He would love this right now.
Yeah, when you said that, like I came here early this morning just to go for a walk and just fucking clean the pipes. And when you started talking about Pop having a tricycle, I was like, damn, this would be the place for a Pop to clean the pipes.
Yeah, nice wide road too, for that big old tricycle. I'm gonna have him send you a picture of that thing.
I might get myself.
Please.
Is there anything else, like when you were growing up, is there anything else that you were like, this is what I'm going to do for a living, that you were convinced?
No. I had aspirations. I wanted to be a vet for quite some time until my first love dog had to be put to sleep. And I remember not even her being put to sleep, the vet was crying. And she had been a vet for like 20 something years. So in my head, that showed me that that's something that you just never learn to cope with without crying, you know? So that was out the window. But animals always interested me. I did major in biology. Animals have always been super fascinating to me. When I was a kid, I wanted to be one of those people that rode the orcas, and then, that went south.
I imagine Free Willy fucking rocked your world up.
Dude, yes, those were my favorite. Free Willy, and then there was this other movie with a dolphin and a dog, and they were friends.
Was that like a low budget movie?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds very hood.
No,
It sounds like one of Kevin Hart's early fucking movies.
no, it was so cute. But yeah, Free Willy was... How many of those they make, too?
Yeah, I kind of checked out after too. I wasn't so much a Free Willy movie guy, but I did love the soundtrack to Free Willy. Because at the time, do you remember an R&B group called SWV?
No.
Yeah, they were pretty big, and they had the single off of Free Willy, and
Really?
SWV, like, they were like kind of like my thing at the time. I was always like pretending that random like R&B singer girls or like video girls were like my girlfriends.
Yeah.
And for a while, like all three girls from SWV were my girlfriends.
That is so funny. So interestingly, I did the same, also with girls, but mine was more Christina Aguilera, Britney era.
I can see that.
So it was a little different.
Yeah, Britney. No, I was gonna say Britney more so than Christina, but like, I think they both kind of rocked my age group equally as hard.
Were you a Free Britney guy or were you not?
I was, and I regret it.
So that's what I'm the same way. I was all on board, and now I say unfree Britney.
Yeah, lock her the fuck up. Yeah, I feel like I'm going full on Hillary Clinton with
had
her.
it wrong.
Lock her up, yeah.
We fucked up, guys.
Or maybe like they should have like a show where we get to pick who holds her captive.
Ooh.
Because maybe like her dad might not have been the best conservator, but I think maybe have like a voice style competition where we're just like America's next top Britney conservator.
That could be really interesting. Or use her as an odd form of punishment.
Okay.
Strapping someone down, you got to live with Britney for 3 months, 6 months, a year, depending on your sentence.
This. Like, what if she's like, all right, maybe your third DUI.
Yeah.
You gotta take care of Britney for a week.
That, yeah.
You know
that could be life-changing.
Remember how like in high school, they give you like an animatronic baby to take home to show how hard having a baby is?
Yeah.
Like maybe if you're acting up, you gotta take like either real Britney or animatronic Britney home for a week. You got to get her to stop crying. You got to get her to stop dancing in a bikini.
Animatronic is like your first warning, and then the real ones.
Get the real
That's
Britney.
once you hit animatronic, you got to cut your shit off because it's about to get real.
Oh my God. Imagine how exciting that would be. Like, you're getting dropped off to the real Britney. Because there's still got to be, like, I remember when her, like, Rolling Stone cover hit.
Yeah.
That was like my friend group. It was just like, it was like we were passing around a relic. We're like, dude, this is like, I don't know that anybody's ever been more beautiful.
Yeah. That was back when not having a butt was cool and wearing like the super, super low bikinis, or maybe it's an age thing for me, you know? Maybe it's as I've gotten older, I'm like, perhaps not so close to the lips, you know?
Yeah.
But
I get it.
But yeah.
Dude, that was a really dark era when not having a butt was cool.
It was. And then J-Lo was like the breakout.
Yeah, she
They're
really
like,
was.
holy shit.
Yeah, she was like the big butt Rosa Parks.
Yeah.
There was a time, and I truly felt bad about this for my mom, but my mom,
Caked up?
my God, Ellie, I'll never forget the first day where I realized just how big my mom's butt was. So she had a job where she got a part-time job at a steak place, like making fast food, like cheesesteaks. And it was called Royal Steaks. And the outfit was they wore a blue visor. It was royal blue, a white t-shirt with like a turtleneck underneath, and then these royal blue polyester pants. And my dad was like, yeah, we got to go pick up mom from work. And I was so excited because like I'd never seen my mom at work before. And when he took me into Royal Steaks, my mom started walking towards me. And I'll never forget the image of just how fat her butt looked in these royal blue pants. And just being like, dude, what the fuck?
Instead of Hooters, they changed it to Tutors.
Yeah, you know, R.I.P. Mom, man. She really missed out, man, because she could have really made some butt money.
She could have. She could have, especially nowadays.
Dude, it was nuts, like, because this was early 80s when it was like having a fat butt in like 1985 was like having a scarlet letter. And I really wish that like she was alive or where she had that butt in an era where she was allowed to just have it.
Yeah.
And just really make the
And
most of it.
just live, just be happy with her big old dumper.
But it's crazy, like we're not that far removed from it because
No.
that was like the Britney Christina Aguilera like little butt era was like what, like 99?
Yes.
I think that's when that shit
sounds
really
right,
hit
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, I
So
remember.
like a quarter century removed from that. Now look at us.
Yeah. Fat ass is back, baby.
It's kind of nuts. Like I don't know. It seemed like small butts were so in vogue for so long. It didn't seem like it was ever going to turn.
No. I remember. Well, and here's a funny fact about me. Prior to having a kid, I had like no butt.
How did you get it?
I don't know. I had a kid and then they just appeared. The cheeks, the
Yeah.
thing started thinging. And I don't know why or how. So I was really rocking I had pretty stick body at that point, and then the bazookas.
Nice.
So it was like, that was the era.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing the damn thing.
Do you remember the moment where you're just like, wait a minute, I'm getting cheeked up?
Honestly, no. It was literally like one day I turned around and I was like, oh, no. What happened? But I did get really fat, so it's like I got quite fat. I was a nice 260.
Whoa, that's cool.
And
Did you feel good at that weight?
no. I feel good where I'm at now, but now I'm like, I would like to drop, a few more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more so, I think if my job wasn't so visual, I probably would not give a fuck, honestly.
Yeah,
But I like to eat.
I'm with you. What's your favorite?
Fuck. Okay, breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
All right, well, let's start. Let's go through the day.
Okay, breakfast. I need a salty and a sweet.
Okay.
So I usually like a half order of some French toast and like some of the potatoes, the little breakfast potatoes, and some sausage. I get my nice little mix of like protein, carbs as fuck, but that'll last you energy through the day. Lunch.
Have you ever had Scrapple?
Scrapple? No.
It's I I don't know how far east you would have to go to get it, but it's big back where we're from in Philly. But it's basically just like everything that they're not using to make something good. It's like lips and fucking ears and shit like that. And you fry it up, and it's really fucking good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, is that not essentially just less condensed Spam?
Yeah, it's kind of it's just a different texture. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's mushy on the inside, but then it's like fried on the outside.
Okay. Is it, but just savory? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really fucking tasty.
What do you slap some syrup on it?
Yeah.
You ever put syrup on eggs?
Not intentionally, no.
Do you like it? I'm gonna guess no if it wasn't intentional.
It's fine if it happens, but like I'm more like hot sauce on eggs.
Is it fine when it happens? I don't like my food to touch.
You go full on autism?
I do.
Yeah.
If I could comfortably ask for those little separated plates at a restaurant, if they offered them, that would be.
So if it touches, you're throwing your fucking iPad across the room?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm flipping out, ripping my headset off.
You can cover your ears?
Yeah. Okay, lunch. I am a sucker for just a nice cold cut sub.
Okay.
I'm not too picky there. I don't like toasted subs.
Yeah, I don't like that shit either. Jamie,
Yeah.
you mind if we turn here, babe? Okay.
I like I like that crispy lettuce and
Yeah.
nothing all wilted down.
I'm with you on that, although I will say this, we had I think we're good crossing here. I think
How
you're supposed
crazy
to
would
stop
it be
for us.
if I got hit by a car though while you're
this,
recording?
this is honestly how I'd want to go. Like if I could go to heaven with like two of my favorite PAWGs, like this is kind of like how I want to enter the afterlife.
Please, if that happens, keep it in the episode.
Are you a coconut water lady?
No.
All
It
right.
kind of tastes like
Jizz.
watered down jizz, yeah. I'm a jizz lady, but if you water it down, that's kind of gross. Also, I don't like it when it's cold. Warm it up. I might like it.
Yeah, can you boil our coconuts?
Make it a little thicker.
I guess we'll go this way.
Okay.
All right, well, I was going to get coconut water, but I got one earlier, though.
Was it good?
I liked it. And, yeah, going back to what you just said, like, I agree. It does taste jizz-like. And there was a while where I avoided coconut water, like, for that. But then I took the pineapple-flavored coconut water.
That does sound good.
And eventually, I just became acclimated to just regular-ass coconut water.
Interesting.
And it kind of lost its, I don't know, its jizz hint for me.
Well, and that's why I say I genuinely think if it wasn't cold, maybe it wouldn't be a problem. Because I do have this thing. Sorry, Jamie, that was smart. I do have this thing where I'm down for the jism, but I don't want it on me once it's no longer body temperature.
Okay.
I will just gag. Like, even if it's not near me.
All right. Yeah, I can see that.
So I feel like maybe that's why the coconut water, it grosses me out.
They make a big deal. So they don't just like, when you get one from that guy, he doesn't just like give it to you in like a fucking cup or something. Like he gives it to you.
He cracks that bitch open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll go up here to the left. So I think as much as I do have grown to like coconut water, like I think I like the pageantry of shit like that.
I can see that. Well, and that's what I do like. I'll watch those videos all day long on TikTok. Some people making some cracking open the coconuts and shit.
Yeah. Do you like Indian street videos? Where they, yeah.
I do. There are times where I'm like, yeah, I'd try that. But then when I sitting, laying in my bed at 2 a.m., I'm like, yeah, I would eat that. No worries. But then if I think about actually going there and like seeing the seas and smelling the smells.
Yeah, that would be intense.
Maybe not.
Yeah, we were just talking about on your podcast going to like traveling and going to Europe.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to India?
No, I haven't. I don't know that I want to be honest. I don't know that I want to. I do want to do Japan just for
God, I love that shit.
The food.
Yeah.
I would be all over that. But I don't know, do you want to go to India?
I do. And I think the only reason why is because I want to get an Indian head massage. Have you ever watched those videos?
Yeah, where he's like slapping his hand all around all crazy. I would go to watch you get an Indian head massage.
Yeah, that's like one of my goals with the podcast is to make enough money as to where I could warrant a trip to India just to get the shit beat out of me.
I think that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I
And
wonder.
I don't think I'm too far off.
No,
So I haven't really priced it out specifically, but I think if I had $5,000, I could have the Indian trip of my dreams.
if you can dream it, Mike,
I believe it.
you can achieve it.
But
What are we
aside from
getting?
that, I don't know. I don't think there's any other places where I want to go and kind of get the shit beat out of me.
No.
Is there any place where you think you would want to go to have the shit beat out of you?
My first instinct is Australia,
All right.
but that seems like perhaps the worst of beating. Well, no, maybe not the worst of beatings. But I feel like someone kicking the shit out of me and speaking with an Australian accent.
Kind of nice. Yeah.
I think I'd be
Yeah.
okay with it.
That's the thing. It's like you could, yeah, I mean, that's probably the worst thing that could happen is a guy beats you within an inch of your life. But because he sounds like he's capable and just a virile fucking down under guy, you're like, all right, yeah, I can live with this brain injury.
If I could, Crocodile Dundee. If he could beat the shit out of me,
Yeah.
if I could pick my person. Is he dead? Probably. He was pretty old.
Yeah. I think all right, so that came out, I think 87.
And he was like in his 50s, right?
Yeah, he was probably 50. So like
Yeah.
still can fucking get around, but still probably not as, I don't know, not as agile
Nah,
as he
but
once was. But so now he would be like what, like 80 something?
well, that's fine. He won't beat the shit out of me then. He'll
He
just
could.
give me a light batting around.
I'm sure you could like pay for that. Like just go on like fucking Craigslist or something and be like, yo, I want an 85-year-old Australian guy to fucking beat my ass with a didgeridoo.
Yes.
As hard
or
as
a
he can.
boomerang. One of each. Dual wielding. That would be. There's probably someone would get off on that.
There's definitely a market for it because I think like the natural inclination is for people think when you think of like a young person and an old person, yeah. If you involve like somebody being beaten pretty badly in that situation, it's the young one, beating the living piss out of the old guy.
Yeah.
But I think there's a definite market with old people being hired to do the best they can with a beating on a younger person.
And who would expect it, you know?
Yeah.
Because they could easily be like, excuse me, young man. And you lure you in like they need help.
Just imagine a fucking old fucker like hitting you so hard that diarrhea comes out of his diaper.
Fuck.
All right, now we're getting into the ideas section of fucking getting some head. Relative to this, are there any business ideas which you have not acted upon that are going to come to fruition at some point?
I mean, not really. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, hit me with it.
I'm just kind of at a point in life where I want to do what I want to do and see where it takes me.
Yeah, I fuck with that. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
I like doing what I like, and to my own detriment, I think not having like more of a focus might have hindered me.
Yeah.
But I just like waking up and be like, all right, today I feel like starting a new book.
Yeah. I love that.
Have you always been that way with your ideas?
I would say so. I would say, ironically, the things that I have worked myself up the most about in life are things that I never end up enjoying.
Can you give me an example?
Hobbies
Okay.
are a big one.
Yeah.
I really loved the idea of cutting glass, stained glass, making like the little sculptures and shit. I got everything. I did it like twice, and then I was like, fuck this shit.
Was it just too much of a pain in the ass or just not fulfilling?
It was not fulfilling like I wanted it to be. And the thing is, I definitely have an artistic side for me, but I think it took me a while to figure out that my version of artistic is not malleable things that I do with my hands.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think I had a lot of structure in my corporate job, and that helped me in giving myself some sort of structure in my now, my own business.
Yeah.
And when I try to get too structured, it kind of shuts me down.
Mhm.
So I feel like the more I just kind of go with the flow and lightly play out ideas that I don't have to work myself up about, the more I enjoy it.
Has this all been from experience, or did you have any kind of mentors that?
Oh no,
All right.
that was all experience. I will say, one thing I can say about me, I'm a very self-aware person,
Okay.
flaws and all. Doesn't mean I necessarily do something about them all the time even, but I know, you know.
What do you think is like a pretty severe flaw that most people would not instantly recognize about you?
Oh, well, I'm wildly insecure.
Okay.
I'm wildly insecure, but I think that's to some degree normal. I think that maybe not wildly for everyone, right? But I think that I look at myself all day,
Yeah.
every day. There's a vast sea of different types of people, and everyone's, different strokes for different folks.
Hmm.
But I believe men and women alike. I know women, I believe men. You compare yourself to other people all the time, right?
Yeah.
And that'll really get in your head, especially when it comes to a work base that is entirely based off of your physical appearance and how people like you.
Have you reached a point where when people comment on your content that it doesn't affect you, or are there sometimes where people say something and be like, "Damn"?
It never really affects me, to be honest. The only time I even will delete anything like that is if it's someone commenting on someone else in the content. But people, it's always the people. It's never the people who are there to support you that are talking a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what. Anytime like I've gotten something exceptionally shitty under something I've done, like one quick look at like what this person's profile is, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, why are you even watching this? And
Yeah.
two, it's like, this is so much more about you than it is about me.
Yeah, and that makes me, if nothing else, just be like, damn, life has got to suck to where you got to get out your anger on a comedian, an internet hoe.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you got to be pretty low to have to get to that point.
Were you ever that for somebody like before you started your business?
Was I ever what?
Like leaving shitty comments on people's?
Oh no, I'm a very. This is in my line of work. People think I look mean, so people will want me to be mean to them, and it took me a couple years to really figure out how to do that because I am much the type of person that I love making people feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
I love it. So I would never want to do anything like that. It was a learning curve for me. And, I really had, they want it. It's for their pleasure. I just don't understand it. It was a hell of a learning curve. But no, I would never, even if I genuinely had some shit to say about somebody, I wouldn't publicly comment anything.
Was there like a certain point where you did it enough where you're just like, all right, I can do this now? After you finally like broke that threshold of just like, I can't be mean to somebody.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it took quite a few tries. I wonder often, any guys who got like an SPH back in the day when I first started, I wonder if they were like, damn, that sucked.
Yeah.
But I've brought it back, guys. I got this shit now. But I really had to turn my mindset around on it. And that helped me become more open-minded with other stuff in general. I feel like I don't have to understand it to appreciate what it does for someone else.
I got you. Are you goal oriented, or do you just have an idea in mind? You're just like, I'll figure it out as I go.
A little bit of both, if that makes sense. I feel like I have a long-term goal, but the stairway to get there is, maybe it's got a little slide add-on. If you want to go this direction, you can skip down to the next spot. Because it's like, I'm a pretty firm believer that there's never really only one way to do something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think when I was younger, I definitely had that, straight line to my goal. And I went and got pregnant. I didn't account for that. And because I was such a planner, and because I can bring myself a lot of anxiety, that really threw me for a fucking loop.
I get it.
Because I was like, oh my God, I've ruined everything. You know?
Even with that kind of loop, was there a certain point where you remember, like, all right, I'm still going to be successful?
Yeah. And it was interesting too. It really gave me the opportunity to learn how to establish myself and be very independent.
Okay.
I moved out pretty young, and my first job, tax-paying job, was at a frozen yogurt store. And I lived in my friend's apartment. She was married to a guy in the Marines, and they rent me out their spare bedroom for $100 a month.
Jesus.
And I had to buy my own groceries. So I definitely had a lot of help along the way, but getting out young and learning how to be independent that quickly, I think it was good for me in the long run. But it took me a hot minute, a few trials to be like, okay, I'm finally on the right path.
Who were some of your most, I guess, mentors who made the biggest impressions on you when you were young?
Ooh, definitely my grandpa and my aunt, I would say. And I love my mom. My mom and I are just two very different people. My aunt and I are more similar. I will also clarify, my mom is a pretty mentally sound person.
Okay.
I'm not. And either is my aunt and my grandpa. So we all kind of, we mentored each other in a way, if you will.
Yeah.
But they were definitely staples for me.
When you got out on your own, were there things that started to align for you where you felt as though like you were really starting to make progress in life? Or did you ever feel like stuck for periods of time?
I did feel stuck for periods of time. I would put myself in too much routine, is the best way I could think of it.
Okay.
Where I was doing all the steps that I needed to do to get to where I wanted to be, but it wasn't fulfilling. And I would feel stuck. And a lot of that, I think, came from almost an insecurity of feeling like I wouldn't get something done that I told myself I could do. So I kind of shelled in. And I would always have to break that routine in order to break the cycle, get my motivation back.
Did you always have a good self-esteem?
No, I actually wanted to be a boy till I was 13. Genuinely, I was the biggest tomboy. That's why I have all my gun hobbies and my fishing and all my shit I like to do, because I'm a tomboy.
You're a gamer too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like to play?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Call of Duty?
Yep.
Yeah.
I tried Battlefield. I didn't love it. I really like to just hop on hardcore team deathmatch and just fuck shit up for a couple hours and then leave.
Yeah, I wish I had that kind of confidence with video games, because the last time that I tried playing anything remotely current, did you ever play the Friday the 13th game?
No.
Really cool, really fun game. It's fun up until a point when you start playing with people who are really good at it. And I was feeling kind of cocky, so I went into a lobby and played with a bunch of Latinos that I didn't know. And they were clearly young guys, but they were making fun of me the whole time, and it scared me away from it.
I get that. I don't have my mic on, and I don't have it to where I can hear anybody else's mic, so that I can just suck in peace.
Yeah, that's the move. I think if I ever went back, I would have to do that.
Yeah.
It was just too much.
Robert will get really annoyed because he's like, I need your help. And I'm like, sorry, can't play as a team. I'm just here to shoot people and leave. I'm not a good teammate in games for sure.
Were you a nerd as a kid?
Yes. Big time nerd. Collected all the bugs and reptiles that you could find in the neighborhood.
What was your favorite one?
Western fence lizard.
What's his deal?
I named him Godzilla. I caught him in my backyard, and I kept him. I'd catch tadpoles and bring them home. Probably a million lizards.
Were you into biology before you started collecting these, or
Oh yeah. Yeah. So my grandpa, we'd go on hikes and stuff a lot. He's the one who first ever took me fishing. And we'd go on hikes and he'd show me bugs and lizards and stuff. And he had this, I don't want to say rule, but it was where if you catch something, he didn't want you to be afraid of it, so you had to let it bite you. As long as it's not.
No, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just got super comfortable around all the little critters and I held on to that. Still, I have three geckos, 2 snakes, a couple hermit crabs, a jumping spider. I have a whole zoo.
Now, how do you know when these animals are keepers?
I don't. I've had some that, actually I have one right now, it hates my guts. I don't know why, but he really hates me. He bites me all the time.
What's his name?
Oh, his name's Mr. Evil now. It was Pumpkin.
Maybe go back to Pumpkin and see how he responds to that.
Yeah, Pumpkin / Mr. Evil. Actually, I just took a video of him. He was sticking his nose in the top of his cage, so I was like, oh, and he tried to bite me. So they're not, but you know, everybody needs a home.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take in the rejects. That is one of my geckos. How I got him was we had these friends with kids who got him and he was biting a lot. So they were like, man, fuck, this gecko keeps biting our kids. So we took him and let him bite our kids.
Have you applied that same kind of like I'll take in the rejects logic to actual people? Like, do you gravitate towards fucked up people?
Oh, yeah. All of my dating life. I can fix him. Oh, yeah. No, for sure, though. That is very accurate. And, you know, everyone always tells me I'm super comfortable to talk to, which I appreciate a lot.
You are very easy to talk to.
Thank you. But I'm also a very empathetic person. So I used to, I'm reformed now. I would make excuses for people. They don't even need to make them. I got you, baby. Act that way. I'll figure out why. Don't worry. Come home. Come to mama.
Yeah, come to mama and Mr. Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you, baby.
Yep. Don't worry. Yeah. A little bit of an enabler there.
But you feel like you've reached a healthy point now where you're just like, all right, I can kind of do that, but keep it at a distance.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. It's a lot easier. I think too, I finally realized, like, it was one thing when you're like young 20s and you're like, oh, like, he's just going through this shit right now. Once you're in your 30s, you're like, all right, bitch, it's time to figure it out. I don't got time for that.
Can you tell me something that brings you joy?
Oh, there's so many things. Hold on, I'm trying to pick a good one. Something that brings me joy.
Yeah, we'll get left, babe.
I really enjoy, and this is not a good thing, I really enjoy spoiling the fuck out of the kids.
Oh, that's sweet.
And the boy, he's great. My daughter, though, shit. I am setting whatever man wants to date my daughter down the road, I'm setting him up for failure. She's going to be a hard girl to impress, I'll tell you that.
What are some things that you've imparted upon her to try to like help her avoid some of the pitfalls you faced?
We have a ton of just very open, honest communication. She doesn't listen worth a fuck, which I was the same way. But we talk about, like friend choices. Friend choices are a pretty regular topic. Mm-hmm. If you have a friend that you're having a lot of drama with, hey, perhaps not the best choice of friend. But I'll let her be friends with whoever she wants to be, unless there's like a safety concern or something, of course. Mm-hmm. But we'll have these conversations regularly, and I'll tell her, I'm telling you this because I've experienced this before, and I don't want you to get hurt or have it go south or whatever it may be. And she doesn't listen, and then it happens. But in a way, I feel like that helps build our trust.
Yeah, and she's still absorbing it. I think there's got to be an initial pushback from kids.
Yes.
Because it's like, I think eventually they come back to you. Like when they get to be adults, all the shit's been absorbed, and they're just like, all right, I now just 100% love you.
Yes.
Whereas like when they're younger, it's just, you have to hate your mom and dad,
Yeah.
even though you know what they're saying is right.
Yep. Yeah. So I just, as long as it's not a safety concern or something, I'm comfortable letting her figure out life, but also will definitely continue to throw in my 2 cents. And if appropriate, if not too serious, a nice "I told you so" because it feels good.
Do you have a favorite book?
I'm not a huge reader except for poetry.
Are you an Edgar Allan Poe guy?
I have
All
the
right.
whole Edgar Allan Poe
I
collection
would have bet my life on it.
in one book. You'll be shocked to know. Yeah, but I used to be pretty big into reading. I didn't know about smut being a thing until 50 Shades of Grey, and I read that and I was like, oh my God. That was my first introduction. But no, I should read more, I would say. But no, not a big reader.
What do you think, like in regards to literary smut? Why do you think gay hockey is really big right now?
I don't know, but I kind of want to watch that show. I'll tell you though, but I'm very open about this. I've discussed this many times. I love me some gay shit.
Yeah.
I love me some gay shit. I don't know what it is.
Do you think it's because, like, all right, so the guys are clearly like jacked hunks,
Yeah.
but then they have a sensitivity that most, I guess, hetero guys don't?
So I haven't watched the show. And that's not how I like my gays.
Okay.
So I would say no. I like my gays so under the radar.
Okay.
So I like them the least suspecting.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about the hockey. I do want to watch it because I'm a pervert, but and for no other reason. Oh my God, that bird. But I don't know why. I think there's just a certain taboo about big hunky men doing some gay shit.
It's kind of nuts that I agree with you. It is taboo, but it's like sports are the gayest fucking shit ever. Like thinking back to like all the times where I was on any kind of team, like the first thing that comes to mind is wrestling. Like
Well.
dudes would wrestle in the shower. It's like we just wrestled
Oh.
for 3 fucking hours, and guys are now wrestling in the shower.
That was some under the radar shit right there. Sword fights and the
But it was like nobody thought twice about it because
Yeah.
it was guy stuff. Which, when you think about it, like being gay is just the ultimate guy stuff.
I have a story for you that's not mine, but the phrase you just said made me think of it. This is somebody I know's girlfriend. I don't even know if she'll want me to share this, so I'm going to keep it so vague. She dated a guy for a while, and long story short, they went up to this cabin, her dude, and 2 other couples. At one point in time, her dude goes, hey, you guys want to go play Nightcrawlers? And the 3 men went into a room, stripped down, and covered themselves in lotion, and crawled around in the room.
Dude, Ellie.
And the girls, they had locked the door so no one could get in.
Yeah.
The girls were pissed, and she was yelling at her dude about it, and he was like, it's just guys doing guy stuff.
It's Nightcrawlers. Like, what are you talking about? And I know this because my version of Nightcrawlers was Firehouse. And me and my Greek buddy Bobby Saritsaglou. So he would come chill at my house, and anytime we were alone, we would play Firehouse. And what that entailed was we would pull our pants down to our knees, and we would fuck the couch cushions. And one of us at some point would make a bell sound, and then we knew at that point
my God.
it was time to be done fucking the couch cushions, pull our pants up, and go put out the fire.
Whose couch was this?
It was mine. So it's like we had a couch and we had a love seat, and my poor mother was slaving away as a house cleaner, while her pervert son and his little Greek pervert friend were just porking the couch cushions.
A genuine question though. At that point, why not just jerk each other off?
I don't know. I mean, we had
Seems way easier
Ellie. We took an oath
to not jerk each other off.
to protect and serve the community.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like I hear stories about like guys having sleepovers and then having like jerk off parties. It literally just never came up with me and my friends.
You know
And
what?
there were so many opportunities where it seemed like it could have. And go back to this guy, Bobby. There were times where I did not want him to leave my house. I was so paranoid that he would leave that I remember sitting on the edge of the tub while he took his shit just so he wasn't going to sneak out of the house without me knowing.
Did you guys ever talk about fucking the couch cushion? Like as adults?
No.
Huh.
I befriended him on Facebook one day, but we never interacted.
He's like, no, my couch fucking buddy.
Yeah, there's the last friend request you ever want to get.
You should have messaged him. It's pregnant. I have a debate going on that you'll appreciate.
What is it?
And this goes to the differences in men and women. If someone asks you your body count, you have your body count. For a woman, if someone asks me my body count, I think about men. What I've never taken into consideration is women.
Okay.
Do you think women should count for women, a straight woman, in your body count factor?
Yeah, why not? I think it's, I don't know. It's also arbitrary because what are you including in that? Is it actual, what kind of intercourse is it?
It's true. Is it just a beach?
Right. And it's like,
I
ultimately,
wouldn't
what
count
does
that
it
as a
matter?
body.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so too. But it's like, okay. Like whatever the number is, okay.
Yeah. No, for sure. But there's so many factors. But I know for goddamn sure, if you as a man fuck another dude, there is no scenario where that's not a body.
Yeah, it's not even a body. It's just another guy. Yeah. It's like guy on guy canceled out.
Oh.
It's actually one less from our body count.
It takes it away.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
So if you fuck enough guys, you could eventually be a virgin.
A virgin again. That podcast I was on the other day, there was a girl on it who, she was a Christian, said she was celibate, yada yada. As one of the questions that the guy asked is how long each of us have been celibate. So I'm first and I'm like, 8 hours. We go around the table and then we get to that girl and she says 1 year. And I was like,
Wow.
What do you mean? So she was a born again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I found that very fascinating.
Have you come across a lot of people like that in your line of work that end up going born again?
Yeah, well, I haven't come across them, but there's definitely been a few. And I understand it. I think in those scenarios, here's my hot take. I think in those scenarios, you're just lacking a direction in life. And you try out something, and that something being sex work can be a very negative experience. I'm extremely fortunate in so far I have had nothing but a wonderful experience. It can be a very negative experience, or maybe they were pushed into that line of work due to life circumstances. And I think religion is one of those things that can really give people a sense of direction and a way out and forgiveness for something that they might feel guilty about.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I get it, but I don't know.
It does look nice when they dunk you in the river.
It does.
I think I would want to do that and like not tell them that like, yeah, I'm not going to stick around long term, but I just kind of want to get dunked.
Which river would you want to be dunked in?
Probably a water park.
That would be sick.
Dude, just bring all my new like Christian homies out to the wave pool, and I just get bathed in the fucking blood of Christ, and then go down the water slide.
That would be epic. The little like wings of Jesus on each side of the as you come down.
Oh my God.
That'd be a magical
And that's the picture. You know how like when you get off a log flume and you can get like the mug, the keychain, and all that shit? That's like the picture I would want. Is like my born again picture is me coming off the water slide after being born again.
Fuck yeah. Water park baptism. I was thinking like the Mississippi River.
Yeah. That would be kind of nice though. You just get you feel all kinds of weird shit around your ankles.
Yeah, a little tetanus.
Yeah.
Baptism tetanus.
I do like a regular ass pee pool though.
That's fair. There's probably a lot of pee in it though.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
The piss of Christ.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah, that should be a second cup you could choose from that mass. It's like, no, give me the big gulp cup. You think he'd be like mostly clear piss or just really solid?
He's yellow Gatorade piss for the show. Maybe even a little cloudy.
Yeah.
That man was dehydrated last I saw. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if there was ever a moment where like Jesus was like thoroughly hydrated. Yeah.
Just jacked Jesus.
Oh man.
That would be.
No, give me crucifixion, brown piss, Jesus.
Speaking of Jesus, I did spring and get myself a nice pair of Jerusalem cruisers.
What's that mean?
Oh, we'll see someone in them for sure. The Jesus sandals.
Ah,
Jerusalem cruisers.
I never heard that.
I was quickly shunned from my household, but this feels like the perfect park to wear them at.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, considering like how nice these houses are, I think this is Jerusalem Cruiser Central.
100%. They're like knockoff Birkenstocks, because I'm not about to pay that kind of money for Birkenstocks, but
What kind of, if you, are these like your go-to shoes?
yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
I love them so much. This is like my third pair. I even wore these in my fishnet outfit that I wore to the comedy store.
Nice.
I wore my slippers. I just comfort over everything else for me, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever worn a pair of Hokas yet?
No.
They're nice.
Are they?
Yeah, I kind of, ever since I got a pair like when I got gout a couple summers ago.
Cuz.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
I didn't mean that, but you should treat yourself because it's like it feels like you're walking on clouds.
But they're tennis shoes, right?
Well, there's different kinds. It's like they could be like cross trainers, they could be like regular tennis shoes, or they could be everyday shoes. So Hokas are really.
But do they have like, here's my thing, I don't wear tennis shoes.
Yeah, I don't
You know what
know.
I'm saying?
You might have to wait till Hoka makes slippers.
Yeah. Then I'll be right on that. The only tennis shoes I wear are Vans or Converse, which is ironic because they're like the least comfortable of all the shoes.
Yeah, they're brutal.
Yeah, but I love them.
I know. I like Vans. I just like having like slip-on shit.
Yep.
But Converse, they just remind me of blisters.
So I like my, I dress like a fucking dork, like everywhere. I'll wear my leggings with my socks, but my socks, I got my leggings tucked into my tall socks,
Okay.
which are usually color coordinated to match my top. And then I put my Converse on my high tops. And it's just, it makes my legs look insanely stocky actually, but it's a fucking vibe.
Listen, that after a while, you're just like, I do not give a fuck what I look like. I
Yeah.
just want my feet to be comfortable.
Yes, and that is how I feel. So I feel like the slippers aren't as bad as the like high socks, high top combo, and they're a little more functional in terms of comfort.
Ellie, you're somebody who's kind of, you figured out your own path and you've become wildly successful. If you could impart one piece of advice to somebody who's like looking for a nudge to take the leap in whatever it is that they're trying to do to just get away from being stuck in a rat race, what would that one piece of advice be?
I would say to think about the situation overall. If this is something that not doing will forever have you wondering for the rest of your life why you didn't just give it a shot, then you gotta fucking do it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it and just be ready to take the leap. And I gotta say, sometimes the more pressure you put on yourself, the better it is in terms of helping you need to succeed, you know?
Is there anything that another career that you think you might want to embark upon before you retire?
Not career per se, but sometimes I think, what if I wanted to get just like a part-time job? Just to have a part-time job, you know? Just to like have a little something going on 2 or 3 days a week. I would love to work at an animal shelter.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
I've,
The issue,
Good.
I think I'd want to bring everything home,
Yeah.
especially the rejects.
I know. There's an emergency vet near us that we ended up taking our one cat Bud to. And
The orange one.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they were so sweet, so kind, and so accommodating that it made me like want to like volunteer to do that.
Yeah.
But the trade-off to that is like you know, if like a fucked up animal came in and they and he was just like left there, you'd be like, all right, well, I'm not letting this little fucker
Yep.
just be put to sleep. I got to take him home.
Yep.
But where does it end?
Never.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
That's what I'm saying. So the goal is, what we have to do at this point is, I need to continue to be successful so that we can all go in on a big ass animal rescue and we'll have a special spot for the rejects.
All right, I like it. Yeah, I like like a special emphasis on the more fucked up the animal is.
Yeah, I love me a tripod. I've always wanted one, but not enough to like cut off one of my dog's legs, you know?
What's your ideal fucked up animal?
Oh man. Any animal?
Yeah.
Shit. Shit. Give me like a
All right. Burned up dog, cat that had his legs cut off in a tractor accident,
ooh.
monkey that used to belong to Michael Jackson.
I'm going with the snake cat.
Okay.
The Nubs cat.
Yeah.
Nubs.
Oh yeah, you already named him.
Yeah. That's my boy. You're my boy, Nubs.
Ellie, you're the fucking best. You're so fucking interesting, and I really appreciate you taking the time to walk with me. What do you want to promote before we go?
Everything I'm up to is on elliestockholm.com.
Guys, thank you for joining us, and thank you for supporting the show. If you like getting some head and you're not a patron yet, please consider going to patreon.com/getting some head. We got new interviews up every week. Also a lot of supplemental shit, including groups where we cover goals and accountability. So if you're having trouble like finding like other people that you could express what you're working towards in life and like shit that you're worried about or shit that you're working on, I promise you this is the place for that. We got a lot of good people in there. Every week, sometimes twice a week, we'll all talk about shit that we're working on, shit that's jamming us up, shit that we're trying to work through. And it's a very kind, supportive environment. So if you're looking for that kind of thing and you might not have it currently in your social group or whatever, please consider joining us. And that's on the Getting Some Head Patreon. So on behalf of Ellie Stockholm and I and my lovely wife, Jamie, who's been recording this entire time, we'll see you next time on Getting Some Head.
Thank you.